Hello my crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky Paper Crafts, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. Today I was inspired by my friend Mary Louise over at East Coast Stampin'. She did this sketch on Tuesday and I absolutely loved the way that it turned out. So I'm going to take the same idea and flip it to suit my own purposes. It's kind of ridiculous. It actually did print off on an entire 8.5 by 11 sheet, but whatever, it's all good. We can work with that. This was designed by Andrea Wisman, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. So yeah, we're going to get started. So for my card, we're going to be using sunflowers. I love the stamp set and the coordinating dies that go with it. When I saw it in last year's annual and it was carried over to this year, I needed it in a heartbeat. I love how big the sunflower is. I love the sentiments. And this little one is actually the one that we're going to be using, and it's just super sweet. So I've got some soft suede, which I will be stamping onto Whisper White and coloring with the light and dark So Saffron. I've got these two pieces, which are from the Harvest Meadow paper pack. So it's really lovely fall inspired colors. And as I was over at my stamp shelf trying to figure out what I wanted to use, I saw the cork paper. So I thought that that would be a really nice textural element to go with this. And I'm going to be stamping in soft suede. So usually when sketches are designed, if something is the same color, that's the same element. Now I cut mine at 2 inches by 2 inches for both the cork and the Harvest Meadow paper. And then this larger piece is going to be my sunflower. And I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to fussy cut it out. For somebody who doesn't really care for fussy cutting, I've been doing it a lot lately. Actually, I wonder, maybe we can. Not so sure. Layer it up maybe? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to layer it up. So I'm going to take this. I've already cut it at 4 inches, and I'm just going to trim it so that it's 5 1/4. And then I'll just keep this little piece for something else another day. Okay, so I'm going to adhere. I just had my stamp and seal. I'm going to adhere with my tape. I don't know, if you've been around with me for a while, you know how my brain works. I see something and I get distracted and then I need to try it. So, because to me, that's what crafting's all about. Just enjoying the journey, embracing your creativity, and really there's no wrong in crafting. So I'm going to do this, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the flowers at the bottom. And I'm going to flat lay everything except for the sunflower that I'm going to fussy cut. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to go in maybe 1/4-ish of an inch from the bottom. And then the same from the top. And then when I lay my cork pieces, I'm going to go up. So I have maybe, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so of each one showing. I think that'll work. I love the cork paper. It's actual cork. So it does get affected by the weather. So if it's really humid or really dry, you might notice a change in your cork paper, but it's so lovely to work with. My son saw it and wanted to paint or paper his room in it. It's like, well, I love cork. I'm not sure that I love it for crafting better than for wallpapering, I think. Okay, so there's our card already made. Now I'm going to bring in our little sunflower. And Yeah, it fits on this block. So soft suede is what we're going to stamp in. I'm going to move everything. Oh, I got a little bit of tape on my work surface. Oh, and ink on my fingers. Okay, so we're going to ink up our sunflower, give it a stamp. When I'm fussy cutting, I prefer to go closer to the edge so that it's easier to cut out. And I'm going to grab, what color am I going to use for the leaves? Maybe Old Olive. Okay. Now I just want to give it a quick little flip so that it dries, because the last thing I want is an ink smudge. And I'm going to start with the So Saffron. And there's two ends. There's the brush end and the finer point end. I prefer starting with the finer point end. And I like doing circles, just because there's less of a brush stroke. Now, I tend to be a quick colorer. I'm not too fussy about it. And for something like this, where it's basically two colors that I'm going to be working with, I don't worry too much about going out of the line. And also because I'm going to be doing some fussy cutting with it, it's fine. Now, it's September. It's my birthday month. So I'm going to be having a birthday card class coming up really soon that I'm super excited about. But there's also a fantastic, excuse me, join promotion right now where you can get, I don't know why I put that in my bin. I need it still. You can get one of, there's probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 bundles from the mini holiday catalog that you can choose from, that you can get for free with your starter kit. Now, there's absolutely no pressure to join or to sell. My team has a team Facebook page. That's basically how we communicate. And I love to spoil my customers and my team. So once in a while, I will send out some happy mail. My team is able to come and join me for my classes if they choose to. And I like to have a lot of fun. And there's absolutely no pressure. I just love the products, and I think that everybody else needs to know about them too. All right, I'm going to do a little bit darker there. Now with the blends, as you're building up your color, you'll notice that with each layer, it keeps getting darker. So I think I'm good with how that's looking right now. This is bronze. I'm not sure if that's gonna, that might be okay for the center. Just gonna do a quick little full lip around the center. You'll see the method behind my madness on this one in a second. And then I'm gonna take my So Saffron light again, with the fine point end, and I'm just going to go and blend all of the colors in. So if you'd like some info about what it's like to be a demonstrator, if you have questions, or if you even want to know just what it's like to be on my team, feel free to reach out to me. I absolutely love talking to people about Stampin' Up! And all of the wonderful things that we can do together. Even if you just want to learn about the opportunity. Okay, so I'm just going to give a quick little side-to-side motion on this guy. And there's our sunflower done. And I'm just going to bring in my dark Old Olive for the leaf. This might be a little too dark, so I'm going to show you how to fix it. Because some of the detail on the leaf is kind of lost a bit. Got little tape bobbles all over. I desperately need to clean off my desk. Sure sign of a creative mind. Okay, so there's two things that you can do to fix if it's too dark, or if you get color somewhere where you don't want to. You can either go over it with the color lifter, or you can go over it with a lighter color. So I'm going to show you going over with the light olive, Old Olive I should say. So it does brighten up the color a little bit. Now, the more you go over it, the lighter it'll get. And then with the color lifter, you can see that it's picking up some of the color on the nib, and it's making our leaf a little bit lighter. Now, people have asked me when they've taken blends classes or even emailed when they've been working with the blends if it's possible to do too much color. And generally not, but if you're using something that's not either the basic white or the basic white thick, it will, pretty much everything will bleed through. That's just the nature of the marker. But the more you go over, the more the color will fan out. And if you're using a finer or a lesser quality paper that's got a lighter weight, maybe lighter weight is better than lesser quality, you'll notice that the paper will start to pill after a while. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick little cutout. Sometimes even if I have the dies for a stamp, I'll still do the fussy cutting just because it can be relaxing just to hang out and cut stuff out. So you just want to go, you don't want to go too close because you don't want to accidentally trim off some of your flower, but you also don't want to be too far out. But there is usually, even when you're using a die, or even if you've got some of the chipboard shapes from big box stores, there's usually a spot or a white runaround that wasn't cut off by the machine. So it's fine. The way that I look at it is it's handmade, and it's okay to not be, to have it look like somebody took the time for you to make it. You know, I much prefer handmade stuff. If my kids ask me what I want, it's usually, you know what, make me something. And they're quite creative, so sometimes they really surprise me with what they can make. Okay, so I'm going to shove this stuff out of the way and bring our card base back. I think this needs a little bit of something. So I'm going to use, just going to pop this up on a square. I'm going to do 2 by 2 again for this one. And 2. Oh. Dimensionals are tucked over here. Okay, so I'm going to stick my sunflower. I think we're going to go that way. So I'm going to put my sunflower up on some dimensionals. I like to do 3 or 4 if it's a circular shape. Actually, I'm going to stick this down first. I'm going to lay the crushed curry piece flat. And there, I think. And then I'm going to pop this guy up onto the dimensionals. And I think I might do what am I going to do for the sentiment? That's what I'm going to do. We're going to do Let's Celebrate You. We're going to stamp it off in the same color that we did our sunflower in. I'm going to trim it off. Okay, over on my Facebook this month too, it's Self-Care Awareness Month. So I am doing each day, sorry. I'm doing about a 10-ish, 15-ish minute video with different crafty ideas and things that you can do that are quick and easy. That doesn't look like it's straight. Quick and easy things that you can do with stuff that's around your house. No, that's not straight. Now, how did that happen? Probably not paying attention. All right, try again. There we go, that's better. It wasn't off by much, but it was off by just enough to annoy me. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some of the fine art ribbon, and I'm going to cut it slightly bigger than my card base. I'm going to run a strip of adhesive. For this, I'm going to add way more adhesive than I normally do, because I'm going to do a strip of adhesive across the back for the ribbon, and then what's outside of the ribbon is going to stick it down to my card. Okay, center-ish, straight-ish. That's not centered. Oh my goodness, come on. All right, that's better. And then just give it a press, and then maybe slightly angled would be nice. And then if you wanted to, you can trim the edges, or you can leave it as it is. You can add some gems to it. The black matte dots might be nice, or if you took your blends and colored some of the basic pearls, that would be pretty as well. Or I've just got a piece of gold here. You can add a little bit of bling, even if you just took a hole punch and punched out holes and used the circles as faux brads. That would look really, really pretty too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the card. And if you do create something with this sketch, I really hope that you'll pop over to my Facebook page and share what you made. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.